Welcome guys, my name is SN Khaled Reza. Today we're going to talk about some sorting techniques. As per you know that we already worked with some sorting techniques. Today we're going to work with selection sort, which is also part of the basic sorting algorithms. And the first thing that could come anyone's mind when somebody was talking about selection sort, what is selection sort, how it works inside. Well, so selection sort is something like when you think about it, think about it, something comes in mind. What is selection out of it? I mean, the selection here is in the selection, you have to find the smallest number from this whole list is given, right? And you just find the smallest number, that's selection, and you put it in the left side of this array, and you just call it sorted part. So you made it two separate parts, sorted part and unsorted part. You find the first smallest number and you put in the sorted part, and out of the rest of the unsorted part you find again the smallest number and you put in the second smallest number. I mean second, that means the sorted part had already two numbers, and rest of the out of the rest of the unsorted part you find it again the smallest number, and from the smallest number you just put it to the third coordinate of sorted part. That means the left part is slowly getting sorted and right part is unsorted, but you just find it by selecting the smallest numbers out of that. Let me show you my screen. What do I mean out of that, right? So here is a unsorted list I have. The first of all, what we have to do is we have to find the sorted and unsorted array. Yeah, inside the same array we just separate two parts, and the first number 64 we considered like a smallest number. Then we have to compare with all other numbers and find out which one is the smallest number. And when we find the smallest number, we have to make a swap with 64, right? Let's see how it does. It compares with 25. Yes, 25 is the smallest now. 12. Yes, 12 is the smallest now. 22, no, 12 was the smallest. And now 11. 11 is the smallest. So we swap it with 64 now. And the sorted part, we move it to the next, right? So 11 is already sorted now. And next smallest number we find 12. 12 is the next smallest number. Well, we swap it with the 12. Notice that we just have to remember the we just keep a pointer like what coordinate the smallest number was, and we may make a swap with that position where we started from, right? So this is how the idea is. And if we see one more round how it works, yeah, so it's like a next smallest number is 22. Okay, 64 is not, so we make a swap with the 22. Yeah, so this is how the thing's gonna go. Like, I think we got the idea how the sorting how the sorting this selection sorting algorithm worked. And now if we want to see the coding details, how we can develop the idea, we can I can show you following, right? I share my screen, my development screen. Well, I just already generated some test cases to test if unsorted, provide an unsorted list and we get a sorted list or not. So here is on, and here is a with a minus and all the little bit difficult type of unsorted numbers. So we are not check it if it can make the sorted, right? So first of all, what you have to do is like we just do like following. We just return it, return the array, right? Whatever we get, we just return. We don't use any more variable for that. Well, that's a cool idea. And first of all, what you have to do is just make a for loop with until the length, yeah. And then we have to remember where we have to interchange it, or initial which number we just get it like a smallest number, right? Smallest index. let's call it index equal I, right? So we consider first at the beginning that this is the smallest number, and then we compare with rest of the numbers, right? So we just have to compare rest of the numbers, that means I plus 1, the next number, from next number to the end of the array, and then we just check it if array j is smaller than, if array j is smaller than array smallest, right? Yeah, if array j is smaller than, yeah, then we say smallest index is j, right? Then we got it like that. Yeah, and now out of that we will get the smallest number from the after this index, the smallest number, and we need to swap it with this position, right? What do? We do swap. We have a method called swap under there. I can bring him up. This is like simple, put it in the temp variable and just swap it, and I smallest number, smallest index, and then array. Actually this should already work. I hope this should work. Actually the smallest, with the smallest indexed, we got it, and then we got array, and it should swap with this, right? Okay, so we just only swap it when we find already the smallest number, not every time, right? Yeah, I think this is a pretty simple problem to solve. Let's run the test and see if it is working or not, right? Yeah, it worked. So that was the selection part was that. All of them are green now. That means it worked. So this sorting is actually quite easy. This conceptually is a little bit well, not tricky, but if you understand, it's quite easy to solve, and I think very interesting sorting algorithm. So I hope you have a great time upon development and understanding their code and the techniques. So we'll come back with some more problem solving later on. So have a good time until now. Thank you guys. Bye bye.